Alright, so I'm going to be posting this before my videos, guys, and you can partake in it or not, but we're going to do some singing bowls and I'm going to say a little prayer. And you're welcome to just sit and relax and free your mind up before the reading with me. I just wanted to do this. I'll timestamp it, so if you want to go straight to your reading, that's fine too. So we're going to go ahead and start. Take a deep breath. I call upon light in all beings, whom serve only love and light. I ask you, angels, ancestors, and light beings, to cleanse and protect this space. Ask for your protection and guidance so that your divine sight can be delivered with love and healing for the greatest good. I ask you, angels, ancestors, and guides, to assist those whom these messages are meant for, to assist them on their journey of healing and spiritual growth. I appreciate your unconditional love and guidance. Thank you, angels, guides, ancestors, and Lord of Love. Amen. Okay, guys, so singing bowls. I'm just going to relax and listen. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and if so, I'm glad, and I'm happy you guys come to my channel and enjoy your reading. Hi guys, welcome to my channel if you're new here. If you're returning, thank you for your continued support, your subscribes, and just bearing with me in between videos. I appreciate it. This is the new space, just in case you haven't seen. I did do a few videos in here. I'm still calibrating to the area, so you know, it's different. I love it though. I do love it. It's just very different. The energy is very kind of non-existent in here, so it's just what we bring to it. So trying to bring a lot of positivity and just hopefully a lot of really great readings in this space. We're going to start with a little prayer, and then I'm going to get into Cancer's reading. So thank you, Spirit, for your guidance, protection, and unconditional love. I'm grateful for all known and unknown, seen and unseen, divine energy guiding, allowing, and protecting us as we receive these messages with an open heart and mind. I pray these messages of healing and protection reach those who need them and those who will fully embrace and express their own divine energy for the highest and most loving good. As we walk on the path of love, healing, and redemption, may your healing light touch, taint, and transmute all darkness with understanding, acceptance, and faith in the holy light of love. Amen. And thank you, Spirit. All right, guys, now that we got that done, let's see. So I got some different decks out here. I'm trying to get out of the shadow work for now. If it comes up, it comes up, guys. I can't control what comes in. But it's always just work that needs done. If it needs done, it needs done. So Cancer, this one is going to be for you. I am really loving this space, you guys. It's quiet. It's almost like I can even barely hear myself talking here. It sounds so quiet. So I hope it's good for the sound on the video. So far, I think it's doing all right, but let's get a, so one of these cards is going to represent like the major energy, overall energy for your reading. Oh, and here it is. Harmony. This one's been coming out. This is temperance. This is harmonizing your inner world to your outer world to your inner world. If things aren't matching up between those two, we either need to, as a matter of fact, the collective message I just did, you know, it's either about changing our perception about our environment or changing our environment, whether that means moving to a different environment or transforming something in our environment, releasing stuff in our environment, whatever it is. Something needs to match up, inside, outside. So that's been a big theme in these readings lately. It's just really looking around and seeing if this is matching up to what's inside and making sure we're being like, we're in a really authentic place right now. So with that being said, we are going to go ahead and get, I'm going to grab 2 of these oracles, okay? And then I'll probably read these after the reading. We got future predictions. And Pandora's box. Ooh, this reading is nice. Okay, so we got some big stuff coming out in this reading before we even get there in consciousness. Some real stuff coming up to the surface. Maybe even feeling some predictive energy. Maybe getting some insights. Maybe some visions. Maybe some secrets coming up to the surface. And it's like, okay, sharing those, becoming consciously aware of those things, those insights, your guidance, and finding harmony within and without. With harmony being at the top, it's like really being at a place where you're really internalizing everything, but also externally it's meshing up. If it isn't, there needs to be a shift or a change. Pandora's box, usually, you know, that's about opening up one thing and it leading to other things. This kind of energy feels like rabbit holing to me. So like when I start going down the rabbit hole on one subject, I end up finding all these, like basically I just get guided, or it's like a channeling state where I'm just in it. It could be days, it could just be hours, and I'm just researching, and everything's just coming to me, and there's tons of information coming in, and in this case I feel like there could be tons of information coming up and out. So that's really nice. Let's see. All right, let's get into a little tea spread here, okay? Okay, 9 of Moons is the 9 of Cups. 2 of Swords. And 3 of Stars. 6 of Moons. And the Moon. Okay, we did just have this full moon in Capricorn with the Cancer Sun. So this is interesting because the moon has been a really powerful energy. And the Magician, I had a huge download about the Magician today, and it was a lot. It was really, you know, you're always seeing different archetypal energy, different ways as you get older. And I was thinking back in 2004 or something when I first started doing tarot. And it was nothing like it is when I came back after kind of going through my dark night of the soul and all that really push and pull with the energies. I came back and it was completely different than when I left. I'd never left God, and I never left, you know, but it's kind of interesting because you kind of fall away from, but it was just kind of, you know, surface stuff, and it just came back, and it was deeper and it was more connected, and everything took on a whole new life of its own. But really it's connected to everything. So it wasn't just a deck of cards with a story. To me, it went into the planets. It went in, which I actually did astrology before I even started doing tarot. Back when I was a kid, I was always into comets and the stars and the moon and stuff like that. So I was always fascinated with the sky, especially the night sky. But very interesting because the Magician here on the bottom, which I was talking about how even though the Magician is known as kind of a trickster energy, it's amazing when you use all of your tools correctly. We know this now as using everything to the best of your ability in order to make something magical happen, manifesting something magical. It also can be like, okay, the more energy that's on board with something happening, it creates it. So I kind of got this information today about the magician being more than just you manifesting, but collectively working with others to manifest something, which is interesting because we got the Three of Stars here, which is like the Three of Pentacles, and that's like different people coming together to manifest something, to build something, to create something. We got the Nine of Moons. This is like Nine of Cups. This is being very fulfilled and happy emotionally with yourself, and having done a lot of that work on your own to become really not like sucked into the emotions, but it's like really, it's super happy. Even on your own, you're happy. It's not needing external things to make you happy. It's making yourself happy and feeling satisfied and content with the psyche work you're doing and the emotional work you're doing. Then we got the Two of Swords here, and I went down the rabbit hole earlier too. It's been a busy day in here. It's been a busy day about the skull, and I never cared for the skull, and whenever I saw skulls growing up, it just always, and I was talking to my husband about how much skulls have changed for me. I mean, I still wouldn't get a tattoo of one, but that's just me, each to their own. That's one of my favorite sayings, by the way, each to their own. But the reason why the skull gives me that feeling of staying away and avoiding it is because it used to be, and I kind of never really thought about it until today, but it was the poison sign. On the old poison bottles and stuff, you always see the skull with the crossbones and stuff. And that's really what this is reminding me of. And it's kind of telling me here that there's a feeling here of two different, and this is kind of what I was talking about. It's like, it took me a while to kind of drop that complete definition of what the skull meant and kind of stop like labeling it as just poison or just toxic, because then I associated that symbol, the skull, with toxicity and poison and staying away from it, when there's really awesome people that get skulls and it's for a completely different reason. Now I do feel like they're still but everything that's can be destructive can be constructive. So this feels like two different thoughts, like a constructive thought and a destructive. Constructing something and destructing something, coming at a crossroads between those two. And this would be being by yourself and being perfectly emotionally content and happy, and maybe venturing out and working with others. So you could be at a crossroads between kind of sharing yourself with a group or a project or a collaboration, or just staying on your own. There's kind of a decision here is what I'm feeling, like a decision to, like, what do you know, and I feel like either way you're manifesting something here, but definitely whatever it is you don't want coming in the way of your harmony, your peace, your outer and inner world. We got the future predictions in the Pandora's box here. I feel like that's like, you may have something to offer, and you may have even seen yourself in a position of maybe collaborating or working with others, but it's like, if I do this, it's going to open like a can of worms, or it's going to open a kind of something I can't put back, I can't take back. Once I start this, I can't get out of it, or I can't pull back away from it. And I'm at a place here where I'm harmonizing my inner world and my outer world, so it's like I don't want to really shake it up, and I want to make sure it's received and that it's good for everybody, kind of thing is what I'm getting. If this is your reading, if it's not your reading, just leave it at the door. But then in the heart, we got the Six of Moons, and this is like the Six of Cups. So this could be definitely going into that heartfelt place, like when you were a child, nostalgia, stuff like that. Hold on. Okay, sorry. Anyway, I thought I heard the door. And this is supposed to be a way quieter place, but I still get interrupted occasionally. So I'm trying to figure out a system with the door so people know not to come in or whatever when I'm doing a reading. But the Six of Moons is like the Six of Cups, like I was saying. So there's definitely something here close to your heart, in your center of centers, and it's definitely related to either, could be like a childhood friend or a group or a partnership or something where you're thinking about maybe, but it's like, it could like working with either maybe something from the past, maybe going back to something from the past, or just reminiscing in general with the way you felt in the past about working with others and like kind of working on your own, kind of doing like kind of how you did a lot on your own, and where it was others came in and contributed and helped with your your balance. And we got the bottom, the root, the moon. And this is going in, going deep, going into the deep inner self. And I feel like this could be early childhood. A lot of reminiscing. I know I was reminiscing myself a couple days ago. I was just sitting, we went to the lake, and we're back from vacation now, but it's just reminiscing, deeply, deeply reminiscing about the past, people in the past, and part of you maybe wanting to reach out and maybe contact somebody from the past or something. But it's like there's a perfectly content you here, but in order to get that 10 of moons or that 10 of cups, in this deck it's the moons, but it's really about sharing this abundance and this happiness and this happy, secure self that you've built with others, and kind of radiating that into a group or family or something. So that could be kind of where you're at right now here, Cancer, and really it may be even requiring you to kind of think about some magical solutions, if that makes sense. It's like, it feels like there could even be, when I went with this magician earlier, like an illusion that actually helps. There could have been like an illusion or something that actually helped open up a door for collaboration or friendship or partnership or something like that. It's kind of weird how it can become reality. Like illusions can become a reality, or what, it's like fake it till you make it kind of energy is what I'm getting. So let's go ahead and get, but that's just like the example I'm saying with like this feeling of this magician energy. It's like really making something happen that and I feel like it's also wanting somebody to be in your court, in your, like, contribute to your harmony and your balance. It make what's inside match the outside. So there could be something outside of yourself that you want to be a part of your world, and it's just making that happen. And it's like you might have already seen a vision of this, you might have already pictured this. It's feeling like but once I open that, or once I expose this, or once I say this, it's kind of on, and there might be some emotions to work through. Whether, if this, especially being a past relationship or something like that, there's probably some emotions and stuff to work through. But there's definitely a feeling here of needing to pick, kind of get rid of like an illusion or something. It feels like two different ways of thinking about something. It's like me and that soul sign with the poison. It's like, but that also represents, like, to me now, bones represent, when I see bones, it's telling me to pay attention to my genetics, my ancestry, ancestors, the bones, the DNA, the, but then therefore it still has it can still mean toxicity, but it also stands for death, which now, further down the road, death is just letting something go, letting something die, so something new can be born. So maybe it's changing your mind about something. That's what I feel like. Like you could be wanting to change your mind about some kind of emotion or some kind of deep inner prediction or something you have already like seen or foreseen. And it could stem from something from the past, or a person or a situation that was kind of part of your past, or it brings back a feeling of something. And this is where that illusion comes in, that magician energy, where it reminds you of something from the past or your childhood that you need to get through in order to work with them, or get, I actually had this experience like in work. I have a few kids, and one of the girls I had worked with as a long time ago, but I triggered her. I'm very like front forward and straight, and she had mom issues and apparently like some authority issues, or I don't know what, but I could tell. I mean, obviously I'm a Cancer. I see beyond the initial like, and I kind of look through and say like, oh, she, there's certain parts that are like vulnerable and tender in people, and it stems from like early childhood, maybe stuff that wasn't healed, or just triggers that we haven't healed yet. So this could be about really removing one of these swords from the, and this could be deep DNA, like seated like reaction, or seated deep knowing, or psychic understanding, or something where you need to get like beyond the illusion to see the truth, or actually give into the illusion because it's what is true for you, but maybe you've been told it's an illusion, but it's actually the truth. Do you know what I'm trying to say here? It's very crazy the way this message is coming through. So I hope that makes sense. Let's go ahead and get 3 of these with the Pandora's box, 6 of moons. This is crazy. Yeah, if you want to work with somebody or collaborate or come together with somebody, and I would say also it would be like almost finalizing some bit of happiness in your life that you really want, and but it's going to require going deep and maybe facing some deeper emotions, or figuring out which sword is true for you. What is true for you, not what's true for what you've been conditioned, not what's true in your ancestry or your DNA, but what's true for you with the 2 of Swords here. Making that call for yourself to make a choice, possibly to work with others or get in touch with somebody or some situation in your life here. So let's see here. What do we got? Yeah, the conflict is here with the 5 of Swords. Okay, so let me look here. And the Tower, the burning tree. You could just be really wanting to reach out and share your predictions, or open the box of sharing. We're going to go ahead and get this one. 4 of Swords. Oh, wow. 4 of Wands. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. All right, we got the 5 of Swords. So this card is interesting because it's like something may feel like a really big problem to solve here. It feels like it's maybe overwhelming, like even thinking about it maybe overwhelms you. Like, it's like, I'm at peace. I don't want to think about like enmeshing myself in this project or with these people or whatever. And this could be something that's triggering from your past, maybe when you tried to integrate yourself into a group or a situation and it didn't turn out. But this really speaks to me about this little scorpion. You'd think he would be like totally done with this big. It's like the problem is bigger, or the problem is smaller than you think it is. So, and the solution is smaller than you think it is. So like this scorpion is a lot more poisonous than this one, you know? So one little sting from this one and this big problem is gone. So it's just like really taking on your fears or your challenges, knowing that no matter how like minute something feels or small or insignificant, you could think, wow, this is really insignificant. That's not going to change my mind. That's not going to move me forward. But it's something small here that's needing kind of faced in order to pass through to a place where you feel more just part of a project, or it could be just part of a I'm feeling like working on it like a project, or coming together with others. It could be like everybody kind of having the same idea of what the outcome is going to be, but different parts to play in it. Being able to contribute your part in something here. But it's like, it feels like a really big obstacle, but really you're not recognizing your own power to just walk through and get through it. You may be starting to realize that with this Pandora's box, where it's like, once I say this, or once I go past this, there's no turning back. There's no turning back. And that can cause a Tower moment where it's like, this is not, like, I can never go back to, like, this, being, like, happily by myself, or, you know, and it doesn't mean we can't do that, but it means, like, doing whatever you're doing at this time by yourself, working on whatever you're working on. It's like, once I share that, or once I contribute or put myself into this or invest myself into this, or go back and revisit these emotions, you know, I have to deal with them. I have to face them. I have to take on the challenge. And it's going to cause like a feeling of not feeling settled in harmony, which is at the head of this reading. But we got the Queen of Pentacles here. And this is saying, you know, you see beyond what just the earthly is showing you. There's something here, and it's deep, and it's like psychic. It's like someone wanting to move something, wanting to move into something, wanting to maybe connect to something, or I'm not even feeling express. I'm feeling like nurture something, like do something, create something, maybe with others. And there's this like a psychic knowing, but it's like, once I do this, or once I reveal this gift, or this this prediction or this idea that's just crossed my mind, there's no pulling it back. You know, it's out there now, which isn't a bad thing, because the Four of Wands, it's celebration. And I feel like with this, it's really, really coming into, and it's going to help you be more yourself and more stable and secure, especially in your spiritual self around community. And it's a reason to celebrate. You may be working on freeing something up here in your mind, some kind of illusion about like what you have to contribute or offer to a situation, and you're stuck thinking, well, I'm fine here, like by myself, working on my deep psychic stuff, like by myself, and my you know. But there's this feeling here of like something maybe from childhood, you know, like it could be old visions you had even when you were a child. You're just like, something's here is opening up that could be connected to when you were younger, but it's like, it might feel like an obstacle, but it's actually like asking you to look at it and go through it to open up this this new path forward, this new it feels like a gift, the Pandora's box, but it also can be scary, and you don't know, it's like there's no going back, and you don't know what exactly the results are going to be. But it's kind of, I'm feeling like trust the results. But with the Magician, it's like you want something to happen here, something magical to happen here. Maybe you've seen a vision of something happening here in this situation or in your situation, where it's like this can happen, like I can make this happen. But it's going to require that you face like this really big fear that you have, a really big challenge, and it could be of not being, I feel like it's some kind of illusion about, like it did come in like a fake, like you don't belong, or you don't belong in this situation, or you can't contribute or something, when there's definitely a contribution here that you know, I think you can contribute to. That's what I am getting. So the consciousness, something's becoming very aware to you, something deep, and it's something you want to share and something you're excited about. That's interesting. Okay, let's go ahead and get an animal here. Whew. What do we get here? We got a couple. We got excess, passage, and success. Yes, there's something here. It's like right now you have so much. You have so much. It's like you need to share something here. You need to go through this. There's a passage here. The passage. Go through the... kind of go through that fear or that illusion of something being too big for you or bigger than you, and you can't get through it. Telling yourself, I can't, like it was just a vision, or it was just a little thought, when it was way more than a thought. It was a vision. It was a prediction. It was something for your life you wanted, or you predicted, and you saw coming too. It's very interesting. And then there's the beaming vessel with the Four of Wands there, and that is just shining, spotlight shining in the middle of your friends, your community, collaborating on something that might be center of all of your worlds, or just you become a light, a guiding light. But first you got to share. There's like almost too much here. And doing things in excess too, like taking your time through this passage. This, you know, it's the camel here. It's just moving slowly, committed to your journey, committed to maybe coming together, working on something, maybe a bigger project or a bigger collaboration or something bigger within yourself you're working on in your earthly matters. But there is success with the falcon here. So we got excess, passage, and success. So moderation, harmony, temperance, doing everything moderately, really sifting through these thoughts moderately, taking your time as you pass through what seems to be feeling, you almost could be telling yourself, oh, this is, I am fine by myself, and I am perfectly watered and nurtured and feel great here by myself, but there's just a feeling of nobody else being around here. Still, I think I got this with the Cancer reading a couple readings ago, but there's success at getting through this, and then having a whole change of mind here with the air energy, with the bird and the falcon, and they can do like amazing things with their mind. That magician energy, they can do amazing things with the mind, and it transforms their reality, and it can transform others' reality too, because our reality is our perception. That's kind of what I was feeling with this Queen of Pentacles. It's like being resourceful about what's there and turning it into something that's amazing, even if it's just an illusion. But it's not. It becomes reality. That's what I'm feeling. Turning something that feels like bigger and like almost undoable to make it doable. And it's like this is a very strong energy. So let's get one of these. Now this is a new Oracle deck I got. Let's see. It looks like 2 came out. Oh, wait, that's way too many. We got 4, you guys. Let's shuffle these again. They are very slippery. I just got them, so. You know, and if you've felt like, you know, also I'm getting another side message, and this could be for somebody else, but if you felt like you lost something or you're losing something, it's also saying being resourceful. Be resourceful through this time, through this energy right now, Cancer. Use your resources very wisely and make the best of what you have. I am feeling that because you will be successful through this time if it feels like kind of depleting or like it's kind of taking you out of your inner harmony, your inner harmony or outer harmony, both. Because I'm getting that Temperance. It's 14. And it's like the Temperance card. So moderation. And let's look here. And we got the Unicorn. I love that. So we are going to read that, you guys. Unicorn. Unlikely gifts, good fortune. That's Pandora's box here. It's like good fortune, rarity, luck, silver lining. Yeah, if you feel like you're losing something or something, there's like silver lining in it. There's something being shown you. It's an illusion. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like something looks bigger or worse than it is, and it's not. It's actually something really good coming out of this. Something unlikely and magical is in store. Blessings, boons, and good fortune. Follow the unicorn, a creature that symbolizes rarity, purity, and powerful magic. I love that because I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that. This sharing this, it's interesting. There's just something here opening up to something really nice here. Joy and success are likely, close at hand. Future predictions. And that's when I pulled these 2 cards with future predictions and Pandora's box. I'm like, oh, this reading is going to give us something, like a secret. Like, this is it, you know, Cancer. So we're getting like a little push here, and we're getting a little guidance here. If something is looking barren or we can't make up our mind about something, it's like one of these it's like the illusion, or we need to go for the one it's interesting. You'll know better where you're at on that. But yeah, it says it's joy and success are likely close at hand. So keep your eyes open for fortunate opportunities. Keep your eyes open for fortunate opportunities. Bright silver linings among dark clouds and gifts from the universe. The unicorn is a fleeting thing, so it is important to keep aware and grasp the fortune it brings while you can. Maybe just a quick in and out. It's a short passage, but pay attention, be mindful. I think that was in the collective message about being really paying mind to our environments and the opportunities that arise, because there's something here good. In larger readings, the unicorn may appear to hide in the landscape scenery. This isn't it, but this is also stands for Jupiter energy. So keeping that in mind, and it's also a full moon in there too. And you can see we just got done with that full moon, Cancer, and it was in Cancer Sun, Capricorn. We're going through tons of stuff with Pluto and our nodes changing here. It's just crazy. This is July. It's intense. It's intense. I'm excited though. It says the planet associated with wealth, miracles, abundance, learning, success, generosity, and so on. Excess, sharing something, sharing yourself, that security that you've gained and you worked for, sharing it with another because you have an overabundance of it, and it helps carry you. And maybe that thought that you can't contribute or you aren't a part of something, it brings it to success. It brings you to success, more success than what you already have here, because it's kind of a shadowy part of you, this belief, and it might stem from somewhere in childhood or something, or just the fear of facing something from the past, or looking at the past, or repeated things of the past. I know this has been a thing in my life where it's like, oh, it's getting out of that mindset, like just because something happened in the past, it's going to happen again. It doesn't have to be that way. It isn't. It's different. Everything changes and transforms and grows, and it's crazy. Miracles, abundance, learning, success, generosity, and so on. Jupiter is the planet of prosperity. In astrology, it's sometimes associated with a pale orange color. Very interesting. So I also want to point out that Jupiter right now is in Taurus. So is Uranus, and so is the North Node. So Jupiter working for us to ground our stuff, ground our gifts, our treasures, which are deep, deep, deep down in the psyche, down in our emotional lessons and the wisdom we've learned through going through this life. Those are our gifts. Those are our treasures to be brought up to the surface, come into consciousness. Okay, so that is really nice. I'm definitely feeling like there's definitely something really being revealed here in a good way, and to be resourceful. And just because something may look like it's just not going your way, or it's unsurpassable, unsurmountable, unbelievable, it is. Something's very believable here. This is really nice. All right, let's check out the animal at the bottom of this. It's observation, paying attention to the environment. The blowfly, observation, paying attention. Be mindful of any opportunities right now. And I'm going to go ahead and, let's see this here. Okay. Where is it? Oh. Hold on. Nice, Cancer. All right, let's go in and look. This is nice. Okay. We're going to look up future predictions. There is an occurrence that you felt would become a reality. Yes, that's what I was feeling like. Something you felt like was going to become a reality in your life. Like this, like even what I'm going through, and I'm a Cancer, you guys. I knew someday it was going to, like, it's weird, but it's like I felt this becoming a reality. I felt this part of my life becoming integrated into my life. Like this part of me being integrated into, and it's like, and I've seen like future visions of just lots of things, and it's crazy, and it would become a reality. You believed you could feel, hear, and see the wills of the universe in motion as it brought this event to life. You can now see that this prediction wasn't wrong. It's just not going to happen as you thought it would. Most of this occurrence is going to erode away in front of you, but it is going to take form into something much better than you previously had hoped and imagined. Wow, that's crazy, because that's that tower energy. That's what I was feeling, like something really happening here that looks like, man, it's not going my way, or this is just too big of a mess to get through, or this is too big of a obstacle, and it's messing with my balance, and I don't want to even, but then there's just like something else happening here. That event, whatever feels towery, is opening up Pandora's box, is opening up a whole nother path or avenue. It's going to take form into something much better than you previously had hoped and imagined. Place your trust in the path before you and believe in your own powers of manifestation. The Magician. Yes, to feel a degree of disappointment and sadness at this somewhat incorrect prediction is natural and should be felt. Lean into it and feel the loss of it and all you thought it would bring you. Allow it to wash over you. Then use it to reaffirm and rebuild. That's kind of what happened when the roof leaked too. This is kind of a it's not minor. It's those little mundane things that add up. But our roof leaked in here, and I was like, I'm never going to get my space. Like, I've been dreaming about this space for, well, my whole life I've wanted, like, a nice room of my own. But, like, since I've been an adult, like, doing this work, I'm like, I need a quiet place. And then that happened, and I'm like, you know what? At first I was really butthurt, sad. Went through a little anger, and then I'm like, no, I heard that message of, you know what, and I was giving the messages too at the same time. I was trying to continue to do readings, and it kept coming through to make lemonade out of lemons, and make do with what you have. Be resourceful, like that Queen of Pentacles, you guys. it's, and that resourcefulness is powerful. It's magician energy. It's turning something absolutely that, it's like that, the room I was just in, it was kind of a makeshift place. It was like an illusion, but it was my real space at that point. Like, but it's really just a huge closet that I turned into something else. So yes, it's like transforming something or transmuting something that just, and making it look like absolutely that comfortable place, or that place to do your work. Making something do and work and become that place, even if it wasn't originally supposed to be that place. Eventually it leads to something better, and it is better. That's nice. Okay. This somewhat it says, lean into it, feel the loss of it, and what you thought it would bring you, allow it to wash over you, then use it to reaffirm and rebuild. Spirit, and that's kind of it too. Sometimes we're challenged with like, oh yeah, do you really want this? Because if you really want this, you're going to make do with what you have, and you're going to make it happen regardless of what you have, like resourcefully around you. You're going to do it on your own. It's like, man, I really want that support, or I really want collaborate with others, or I really want that understanding and that harmony with the outer world and my inner world. Sometimes it just doesn't come in our timing, but it comes nonetheless. Oh, that's nice. Spirit always has a plan for you, always has your best interest at heart. There is a reason this plan fell through, but it still will take form. Trust in timing and trust in the universe. That is so nice. I love that. All right, so let's go to the Pandora's box. There it is. People fear the opening of Pandora's box for the trouble it may cause. The results of opening the lid provide a factor which is yet unknown. Therefore, many people stay away from situations they regard as Pandora's box. No, that's the feeling I was getting with the skull and the bones. You know, it's like staying away from something because of the illusion or the taboo of it only being that one thing, only being toxic, only being poisonous, or only being, it has to be this space, or this is what that symbol means. It's like changing and rewiring our understanding of what these things mean in our lives when we come across them, and they send us into a feeling of, ooh, or that ain't gonna work, or, you know, changing that whole mindset, you guys. It's really nice. Once again, you are choosing to avoid the making of a decision. There it is, that Two of Swords. Making of a decision. Or the taking of an action due to the difficulties it could possibly bring you. Once again, and that's this harmony getting disrupted. It could be speaking your mind about something, you guys. It could be re-entering something that you have pulled away from because of personal, wanting to make personal happiness in your life, something like that. It's definitely putting yourself into something, maybe sharing a part of yourself with the world or others that you're just afraid it's gonna, you know, that fear, it's that underlying fear. And I do feel with the Six of Moons in the middle, it could have some kind of, you know, deep-seated kind of injury lying in the heart space that just didn't feel good. Maybe it was rejection, maybe it was some kind of illusion of how you were, or how you were supposed to be, or what was bad for you or what was good for you. This could be a change in thought. This could be a change in your philosophy on life. It's just a whole different ball game opening up, something really big opening up here. And it's a gift to see things differently and to experience something different than what you imagined. It takes you out of that comfort zone of this is the way I want it and this is what comfortable is to me. When maybe what we've been shown as comfortable to us actually creates something more comfortable for us, because that's just more in alignment for us. Or, you know, it's definitely something like that. The situation is going to remain until you provide it with a resolution. You will need to make the choice and take what you believe is the right course of action. Instead of simply opening that box and dealing with what lays within it, with common sense and self-belief, you choose to focus on only the negative events that may happen. Avoid discomforts. Avoiding discomfort is running away from one's own shadow. And that moon was at the very bottom, facing that shadow, that fear of rejection, that fear of being yourself, or that fear of reaching out, maybe asking for help, maybe working on something with others because you've gained this. And I've been getting this message with Cancer, like this shadow reaching out for us to kind of grab it and help it and create something with it, work with it. And it's like, I don't want to, but it's like, here we are. And it's different now. It's not the same. It's not the illusion, or it's not what we It's transforming, it's transmuting. And I always say this in my little prayer. It's as we walk on the path of love, healing, and redemption, may your healing light touch, taint, and transmute all darkness with understanding, acceptance, and faith in the holy light of love. I love that. And that's what I'm feeling for this too. It's like we got to trust that. And we got to trust that if we're being shown something, or we're being kind of in a position that's uncomfortable, or we need to make a choice between, we're going to have to do that, even if it's uncomfortable, or we'd rather just, stay put. We got to make those actions forward to make lemonade out of lemons, or, not just sit there and dwell in it or whatever, make something happen here. You will need to make the choice, okay, you choose to focus on only the negative events that may happen. Avoiding discomfort is running away from one's own shadow. What makes you uncomfortable is your shadow. And that's kind of what I was getting a couple of readings ago too. It's like, it makes us very comfortable to like help others, reach out to others. And it does help. Like when we do want to work with people, oh, that's interesting. Because when I was young, I was always reaching out. I always wanted friends and stuff. And that was kind of my shadow. And then I just pulled myself completely away and detached myself from the idea of like soul tribe or friends, because I was rejected. And it's kept me away from sharing myself for a long, long time. And coming to this realization is, it's something that needs dealt with so that I can be in harmony, because I am that kind of person that wants to work with people and talk to people and communicate with people, but I also need that alone time. But I understand the divide between that harmonious alone time and then kind of wanting to put something out there, share something of yourself. But that fear, that shadow self, afraid of what's going to go wrong or something not going your way, it holds us back from being ourselves, truly ourselves. Or, oh, this isn't going to turn out right, so I'm not even going to do it, or I'm not even going to post it, or I'm not even going to say it. No, we have to trust our process here, and trust our voice, and trust our spirits. Do not focus solely on the what ifs. Choose to see this as an opportunity to face the potential pain and grow from it. Use it as a chance to witness your spirit evolve and expand. Just because it may cause you some pain doesn't mean it will not also bring happiness and healing. Things which we perceive as good or bad are not exclusively just that. That's the poison sign. And then I was thinking about like the defense sign, and like it's just interesting, you guys. Poison can also defend us against things too. It really is perception. It really is the way we see it and the way we know how to use it or utilize it in our lives. Be brave and choose to face up to what you are avoiding. Count it as part of your earthly journey and just one chapter in the story of this particular timeline. Yeah, and that's interesting because Pandora's box is like right before future predictions. So you may have even saw something ending or dreading something happening, and it happened, or it happened, and you're like, oh my gosh, But it's really here to show us and teach us and guide us into a more comfortable place, a more decisive place of where we want to be. The unicorn. There is definitely it feels very auspicious. It feels very magical. I love that. Excess, passage, and success. Nice. All right, I just want to look on the bottom here, guys. That Six of Swords transition, you guys. Getting through that obstacle, getting through with everything intact that matters. Everything that matters intact with you, moving forward through even the most unsurmountable, that feels like insurmountable leaps and the big scorpion in your face. It's like, know that you have the poison is stronger even from the smallest. Sometimes it's the most smallest creatures that have the most poison. I think it's like the daddy long leg or something. It's like their mouths are so tiny they can't bite, but they're like one of the most poisonous spiders in the world. What happens when that spider evolves? You know what I'm saying? What happens when the little one evolves? What happens when that inner child evolves into a place that's healed and understands that it's okay if things aren't perfect or doesn't go their way? It's actually creating something better in its place. Or every time you lose something it's replaced with something better when we trust that process, and it happens. So I love that. Okay, so trust your process. And this message was definitely like auspicious. So Cancer, that is your reading, and I appreciate you all coming, watching your reading. I appreciate your likes, your subscribes, and you guys just showing up and doing your work, and your support. I appreciate it all. I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll talk to you later.